Okay, everybody, don't get too excited, but this is basically your last step. This is step 12. There is an optional step 13 that we may or may not get to, but this is it. This is the last bit of sewing on your skirt to have it officially wearable and finished. So at this point, you should have your entire waistband pinned all the way down. Oh, bumping the camera, sorry. Lots of waistband for days. I've got limited room to show y'all, but it should go all the way down into the skirt and then across. So for this last step, you're just gonna sew this. And you're gonna start at the end. I'm gonna zoom in so you can see. You're gonna put this, what you're gonna wanna do is sew on the edge, what we've been calling an edge stitch. So as close to the edge as you can get and still catch everything. That's where we wanna be. I think I'm on the wrong side of my skirt. Let's see here. All right. So we wanna sew right here. I'm gonna line that up with the presser foot and drop it in there. Bring my needle down and make sure I'm close to the edge like I wanna be. And I am. Yep, that's right where I wanna be. And we're gonna sew. You're gonna backstitch here and you're gonna backstitch all the way and 4 miles later at the other end. So take a few stitches and backstitch. And if you remember from the last video, we talked about this pin, and you're gonna use this pin to help you get this under the presser foot because this is extra bulky and the machine might not wanna sew over it so easily. So you use this pin as a guide. And when you've sewn to the corner right there, you're gonna lift your presser foot and turn the corner like we've done in the machine sewing samples. You're gonna drop your presser foot, and then you're gonna sew for days and days and days, and you're just gonna sew right along this edge. While you're sewing, you're going to make sure you're catching the front and the back. You wanna close this waistband up. If I find open holes in it, this points off, but this is why you wanna get your skirt done early so I can look over it and tell you where the pitfalls are that you can fix. And so we're just gonna sew and sew and sew. Now don't just trust that your pins are doing all the work. This stuff can slide and shift and you can end up real off center like that. You don't want that. You want all that to be lined up perfectly, so keep an eye on it. And remember, I'm not grading you on how fast you sew this, I'm grading you on how accurately you sew this. So don't be trying to speed along like I am. I'm just trying to not make this video 14 hours long. Oh wow, I'm just realizing how much the camera is shaking, y'all. I'm so sorry. Maybe I shouldn't sew that fast. Oh, I've also caused myself some problems. You'll see here in a second. Where I have started on the wrong end. If you can see this, all of my skirt is over here on this side. We don't want that. We want all of our skirt over here on this side. You don't want to try to fit all your skirt through this tiny hole. So what I'm gonna do is backstitch to stop, and I'm gonna start from the other end. Do yourself a favor, and when you're sewing this, make sure you're starting from the end where all the bulk of your skirt will be over there and not over here, okay? So just take a couple of back stitches so that none of my stitches come unsewn. I'm gonna pull this out and turn it around. What a terrible teacher. But hey, I make mistakes so you don't have to. you get to see me start again. Do a little back stitching and then use your pen to help guide it through. Make sure everything is lined up. And don't forget to leave your needle in so you can turn the corner. Here's a tip. The closer you keep your stitches this way, not that they have to be right on the edge, but the closer they are to the edge and not this way, a better chance of making sure you catch everything and keep it closed. Ooh, do you see this ugliness right here? I pinned really poorly there. I'm gonna take that pin out and adjust that. And I'm gonna use my hand to secure it. That's what I mean when I talk about pinning accurately. You can pin mistakes into your project, and that's no fun. Y'all, I don't know what my problem is. I have done it again. I have set this up backwards one more time. Pardon me. I'm gonna backstitch and fix my problem right here before your very eyes. Again, if all the bulk of your skirt is to the right, you're not gonna be happy about that. So I'm gonna flip this over. Now here's what should happen when you get to the body of the skirt. So pretend you haven't made the same mistakes I've made. And when you get to the body of the skirt, you just keep on sewing. Just like that. And when you're here and you're sewing the body of the skirt, pay attention to not go off the edge of your waistband. Remember, you're sewing something straight to a curve. It can be a little tricky. So you want to make sure your skirt's not getting up under where you've sewn either. It's a big pitfall. Sorry. I might be thankful this is my last video. It's been a difficult process. If you could see the way I have to hold my arms to reach around this camera, you'd be amazed. I do apologize for all the wiggling and bumping and bouncing. But hold on tight. Much like spring break, we are almost there. And there we are. I'm to the end of the skirt part. And you just keep sewing. You just keep sewing. Now I'm about to hit the part where I screwed up and started over. Right here. But hopefully you've done it all right the first time. And you will just continue to sew on down this waistband until the very end. And that's it. Don't forget to backstitch at the end. And once you've sewn your entire waistband closed, you're done. Congratulations. You made a garment.